What's up, everybody? Welcome back and happy Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor, and Atlas. And they're there for you in the description to this video, so go ahead and check out all of their pages. We're talking risks for the Ohio Valley today. Got all of them on the table, hail, wind, tornado to talk about. So we'll get to that, and then into the later part of this week, we're going over your roofing weather, who's going to see rain, sunshine, who's dealing with some heat, as well as your canvassing forecast. And then looking ahead into the weekend, we do potentially have another larger system coming in towards the late work week, early weekend, and so watching that for some severe weather. But before we get into our weather forecasting here today, check us out at the RCAT Texas Roofing Conference. We're coming up on October 5th and 6th, and this is going to be at the Marriott Marquis in Houston. So if you guys are already out there, or if you're, planning, you're debating on whether to go to the RCAT, come see us, come say hello, and you guys can go ahead, and it looks like it's an online registration link, so go ahead and register for that. Now getting into our weather here, really the only place that's seeing any sort of active storms right now is going to be the Ohio Valley. We got a low pressure system, and it's very weakly spinning through Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Illinois. Should spit out some more severe storms later on this afternoon once this kind of clears out through Kentucky, and then we'll see some more stuff popping up behind it. But for the rest of us, really not too bad. It's kind of been that same temperate weather for the past few days. I mean, for the season, it's 90 degrees in Dallas. Only 86 in OKC, sitting in the 70s pretty much everywhere else. A little bit of cloud cover here and there. So again, not really too bad for end of summer, early fall conditions for most of us. Just no severe storms on the table. Ohio Valley-wise, though, that's really that one place today that we're kind of watching. So 62-degree dew points in Indy, 61 in Louisville. We like those 60-plus dew points if you do want severe weather to occur in the region. And we got that out there. Pretty dry everywhere else, but with that heat, with the humidity that's popping up through there, we'll have very limited pockets of high instability, a couple pockets here and there of cool enough upper air to get us some hail. So anything that does stay isolated after storms form by around 3 p.m. could potentially produce some severe weather. So starting out with, again, those initial isolated storms, some of those could be hailers, as well as get the potential to spin a little bit. And then we'll see more coverage popping up by around 10 p.m. So it's going to be a late night storm period for you guys in like Evansville, Cincy, Louisville, as all of that stuff tracks off to the east. Could potentially, again, still be seeing hail, still potentially be seeing spinning storms and tornadoes. And then once this lines out, we're going to get more of a wind threat passing through Lexington and off into West Virginia. So for our forecast max hail size today, potential to see a couple of maybe ping pong golf ball sized stones with those isolated storms that are passing through. Should be mostly quarters to half dollars though. A couple of storms are going to be the stronger ones, get us that orange swath worthy hail. So for the highlighted area there, that's going to be your hail risk. Anywhere really from far eastern Missouri off into western or eastern Kentucky could get that hail. And then the best chance to see severe hail is going to be in this area, Evansville, Louisville. You guys could possibly get more hail with a couple of rounds of storms passing through. But if you're in Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Bowling Green, Lexington, low end chance for you guys. Then for wind, could see more of the same with any of those pockets of stronger storms producing up to 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And once it goes linear through like Louisville into Lexington, etc., that's when we have the best chance of seeing those wind-driven storms passing through. So note that. And then tornadoes, smaller area, but still a chance to see tornadoes right in this highlighted red spot. Evansville and Louisville, you guys are in it. And they'll be brief, few and far between, if any, but still a tornado chance just from the amount of rotation that we're seeing in the models today. So there's your forecast for today. Tomorrow, not a whole lot on the horizon. Bad news if you like severe weather. Good news, though, if you're trying to go out and do any canvassing, any roofing. 94 degrees by 3 p.m. today in Dallas. Clear skies, 5-mile-an-hour winds. Sounds like a good time to get off on those roofs and, take a look at any of those 5-star map areas. Same for you up in KC, 83 degrees in a few hours here and still no rain to work with. So could be a good chance to go do some fixing on those storms that happened over the last weekend. And then a lot of us are still seeing those clear skies, except for the Ohio Valley really and Florida. You guys will be dealing with rain, but should be really nice today to get some roofing done, to go door knocking, or just hang out, just get outside. Same for tomorrow, sitting in the 90s for a lot of the South Plains and the Southeast. And, even a little cooler up in Georgia in the 70s, so should be really nice by tomorrow afternoon. Not dealing with a whole lot of rain unless you're in the now Ohio and Tennessee valleys from the remnants of today's storms that are going to continue to track down to the southeast. So good news and bad news for our roofer friends out there. Could potentially, again, see good canvassing and roofing weather, and, going to kind of watch that. So here's our Dallas canvassing forecast for tomorrow. Working our way up into the mid-90s by around 4 p.m. Should be pretty muggy in the morning between like 8 and 10. So, if you're sensitive to that, there you go. That's on the forecast. But should dry out a little bit once those temperatures come up, but then you're dealing with the heat. Now, if you're in the Tennessee Valley, particularly Nashville, that's when you're going to be dealing with a lot of that rain into tomorrow. We got at least 20% rain chances through most of the day there, so scattered showers working their way through. Temperatures are going to stay lower with that cloud cover and with that rain, but if you're planning on getting out there, it might be a good time to bring an umbrella or a rain jacket and just know that there will be some storms moving through. So, and then for the rest of us, there's your 48-hour forecast temps. If you're in Oklahoma and Texas, for the next few days, you're going to be seeing highs in the 80s and 90s. But, once we move down into the Front Range, the Midwest, or even, down in parts of the Southeast and Atlanta, should be pretty nice temperature-wise. I mean, it's relative. I think that sounds nice temperature-wise. And, again, just dealing with mostly clear skies while we wait for that ridge that's sitting over the eastern U.S. to get out of the way. So there you go for your 48-hour forecast temps through the cities there, and here's your future jet streams. So this is what we're dealing with today that's driving those storms through the Ohio Valley. You got kind of a low pressure system coming off of the main jet stream. That's going to lift up to the northeast, and then we're watching this guy into Friday and the weekend. So it's going to kind of dip here. By noon on Friday, that dip is going to lift up into Minnesota, potentially driving some storms through that region into your Friday. And then it's going to be this trough versus this ridge here, all right? So this ridge is going to be, a ridge is just really high pressure that's blocking any low pressure systems from moving through and bringing storms along with it. So watching this ridge to see if it'll weaken enough to let this guy come through, bring us potentially more storms into the beginning of next week and, this weekend as well, and see which of these wins out into next week. So that's kind of the pattern that we're watching upcoming. And we are moving into the typical fall storm season when we start to see those cold fronts battling the heat that's been lingering all summer. So that's kind of what we have here on our future temps map. On Friday, we'll have that kind of wiggle in the jet stream moving up, and we'll have a cold front here through South Dakota, Minnesota, potentially driving some storms with large hail possible into, this region. So our friends off in Minneapolis, Sioux Falls, pay attention to Friday. We'll be watching that. And then we'll see again if that cold air associated with that low pressure system is going to scoot its way into the Central Plains by the beginning of next week. So it's pretty far out now. Got to kind of keep an eye on it. But Friday, we're looking at more closely, since that's only a few days away here, dry line as well as that cold front. So that's, again, just a good indicator that we could potentially see some stronger storms, more instability when two different types of air masses meet. So got that going for us, got the temperature differential going for us, and got that low pressure system swinging up into Minnesota. So all factors are there to potentially spin out some severe storms in the upper Midwest into your Friday, and then we'll see what's going to drive through into next week. So all that plays together to form some instability. Not looking wild right now. We'll see how we get closer to it. But I mean, there is still a little pocket right through, again, South Dakota, southern Minnesota, that we could see some severe weather passing through by Friday afternoon. So stay tuned to tomorrow's forecast too, and we'll update you. But right now, this is going to be the area to watch at the end of the work week here, from northern Nebraska off into Minnesota and western Wisconsin here. Great Lakes region could potentially get that large hail as well as high winds and tornadoes. All of it's on the table right now, but the primary threat for Friday at this point looks to be large hail. So that's what we got for you into today for that, extended outlook there. Again, we're heading into fall storm season, so now's a good time to go ahead and follow us on all of our pages. We're at Hail Trace on everything: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even Threads if you're still on Threads. So go ahead and check us out on everything, and then if you want to get in contact with us, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245, email us at info@hailtrace.com, or check out hailtrace.com for more details. And for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.